So
the mosquitoes are going ape on us, babe.
it's just I have too many bites.
What about a hymn?
It's kind of, you know, the beauty of living in the jungle right now. It doesn't even matter if it's sunny or raining or at night or morning, they're out always.
Welcome to the jungle.
So welcome to the jungle, and welcome to the idea that 2020 is just around the corner. And 2020, that's such a weird number.
It's crazy.
So I'm gonna be like itching throughout this whole video, I apologize. You know, every year you feel like you're starting a new chapter, but I feel like this year it's almost like you're starting a whole huge chapter of a new book for yourself, not just turning the page, but like starting this big section of your life, like the next 10 years. It's pretty cool.
And I think we all feel this energy coming.
Yeah.
And because of that, we're all trying to plan, ourselves included, to make this a huge shift in a positive direction. And I think the reason we know that it's coming is because we're getting a ton more questions about our programs.
You know, I was thinking about it, I'm like, we have so much information on our website, right? Like we've had all these like dedicated pages that explain all the classes, but we never actually just talked about what the programs are ourselves and the adventures and everything that came to be in creating them. So, and
by programs actually we mean the digital packaged bundles of videos that we've designed that are on our website on www.bohobeautiful.life. And so a ton of you guys are asking, like, which one should I do for this, or which one do you recommend for 2020 coming up?
Let's go through it so you guys have a little bit more information about which one is right for you if you're interested in doing something like that. So we actually, we're in Nicaragua right now because we were here shooting our new program called Boho Beautiful Retreat. And this is a brand new, really exciting one for us. It takes on the idea of a yoga retreat, but a virtual yoga retreat, meaning that it's accessible for everyone and anyone to do, because, you know, yoga retreats, they're wonderful and I highly recommend everyone to experience it, but unfortunately it does come with a big price point, usually thousands of dollars for just travel accommodation, and also taking time away from your life and your family and your work, and for a lot of people that's not possible. So Boho Beautiful Retreat really is about that. It's a full yoga exploration, first of all. When
we were trying to decide, because each year we release something on January 1st, we considered the 2020 factor in a big way, and we wanted to create a tool that would not just explore yoga and the styles and the traditions and the knowledge and the great wisdom, but on the other side, how what we've experienced ourselves through yoga, which is, it is a wonderful way for personal exploration, which leads to creating space for growth.
Because I find that yoga to us, it's more than just physical exercise on the mat. Of course, that's a huge portion of it because it allows you to find that stability and connection, but yoga, it goes so much more deeper, you know, and with Boho Beautiful Retreat, we wanted to give people a little taste of that. So not only are you exploring your body on the mat, but you're also being given thought-provoking topics to really start diving deep and connecting deeper with yourself and how you see the life around you and what you can do to start to change tiny little things in your life, you know, creating new habits that will allow you to have a more meaningful and beautiful experience of this life that we all have. So the program that came just before retreat is Detoxify, and that was our first program that was really heavily focused on nutrition and food and what you fuel yourself with, along with, of course, detoxifying yoga classes which stimulate your metabolism and really increase this detoxification of your body from the inside out. When we shot this program, we were living in Costa Rica at that time, and we were just literally our best selves. Like anytime I think about that time, like physically, mentally, spiritually, like everything about how we felt in that moment of our lives was just amazing. And a lot of it had to be because we ate so clean. We ate from the earth, you know. Even with, like, when you think of plant-based eating or veganism, like there is a lot of junk food out there. Like vegan junk food is a thing, and just because you're vegan doesn't mean you're gonna be eating healthy, right? So removing the processed food, all of that kind of crappy stuff, and just focusing on nourishing your body from plants, from things that grow on the earth, from fresh fruits and veggies, and being creative with that. that's what we did in Costa Rica. And when we experienced how amazing we felt, we're like, we need to like put this into some sort of program and show people what you can feel from this.
Yeah, it's really just about an opportunity to explore not just plant-based eating, but also just the process of getting everything out of the way to let your body detoxify more efficiently. So we're removing all of the overly processed foods and just going back to the simplest way with the highest vibrational food, and then accentuating that with detoxifying yoga classes.
Yeah, so all the yoga classes are so focused on different twists and metabolism boosting movements that you are, you know, it's a good addition. As you're eating clean, you're also giving your body that physical detoxification as well.
Veganism is really on the rise these days, and there's a huge curiosity with a younger generation now, who's challenging the ideas of what we eat and why, and sort of saying, I'm eating this way today because that's the way I was taught to eat. But what if I think about what I'm eating and do my own research, and not just research on a paper basis, but I think what's important is that you do research on a personal basis to see how it makes you feel. There's so much noise about food these days. There's so much noise. There's so many studies that can prove and show and disprove and debunk every type of diet and everything you eat.
I mean, anything you put out there, there'll always be another video debunking it or saying, no, this is wrong or this is wrong. So it's like you don't even know who to trust anymore. You don't know what is right anymore. And I think the only best guidance and teacher you can use is yourself and how you feel. And if you feel good and you feel like your body is thriving and you're feeling optimized to like the best self, then that's what you should be doing.
Then you know you're doing the right thing. And I think that was a real motivation for us with Detoxify as well, which is just to give people an opportunity to try something different for 7 days and see how it goes.
And then the next one that we did before Detoxify was Boho Beautiful Transform, which we shot in Turks and Caicos last October?
Yeah, I think so.
October?
Wow.
That was a crazy one. It's like our first like full fitness program. And fitness, like there's no weights, there's actually no equipment used, it's all mat based, but like I made it hard. But you know, in a sense that it'll challenge the body to a new level, which will help you take your physical fitness level to the next level. That's a lot of levels.
That's a lot of leveling up. Well, and what was great to see is how it worked for Juliana, because we were doing the program clearly as we were shooting it. So the program is called Transform because we watched Juliana transform. I'm not even kidding. We didn't have a name until after we were done shooting.
No.
And it just made so much sense because in order to push to a new level, you have to go through something very difficult. And watching Juliana as we shot it, it just made so much sense because the challenge that was placed allowed such beautiful transformation, and not just physically, meaning like she was a golden god statue when she was done, of just like
I was what?
Well, you were just like toned and just like it was just like tanned and toned and just like all of a sudden it was just like you look at what we like the first class when we shot it and the last, and it's like a completely different version. Even
just like I would notice it in myself. I'm like, wow, like I could really have like a little six-pack going on there, and I didn't have that when we started the program.
But then at the same time, watching the energy and vitality of you as you went through it to who you were at the end, and the feeling you had, because as much as fitness, and we say this a lot, is about, like, so many people enter the realm of fitness thinking it's about how you look and they're doing it for like body goals, and if that's what you're doing, that's great, because what happens as you walk down the path for body goals is you realize the benefit of how you feel, and then how you look just becomes a bonus.
Yeah.
And before Transform, we have Boho Beautiful Complete.
That was a really, really fun one we did because we actually shot that program through our travels through Southeast Asia. So we were traveling and shooting the program, just the two of us.
Yeah.
And I think when we started creating it, we were like, seeing what were the most popular classes on YouTube. So yoga workouts are clearly like one of the top classes on our channel, and you guys and everyone that does them really enjoys them. And a yoga workout is like a fusion of yoga with some more different like Pilates or other toning exercises. So it gives someone the opportunity to experience the mindful connection through yoga, while at the same time giving the body a little bit more of a physical fitnessy kind of challenge.
And we had also noticed that there was a huge upswing on our yin yoga videos, which was really exciting to us personally, because yin yoga has played such a strong pivotal role in our journey and in our path, because I feel that as Boho Beautiful came to be, there was a lot we had to leave behind. And yin yoga is one of those tools that just allows you to shed so much. And so I think if you're looking at 2020 and you're feeling that you have a lot of baggage, or you went through a lot in 2019, or you know that there's just things in yourself or in your life that need forgiveness and peace, yin yoga is, I would say, the number one way to deal with that, process through it, and leave it behind.
Yeah. And the thing with yin yoga is that it's a very slow-paced practice. So a lot of the times it's just on the mat. And it really goes deep into the connective tissues of your body, especially in your hips, where, you know, our psoas lives, and they believe psoas is the seat to your soul, or the muscle of your soul, they call it, because we store a lot of energy and a lot of energetic baggage. And then there is a third component to Boho Beautiful Complete, which is the Pilates component, and that was created for those of you, or those people that really enjoy Pilates. And to me, Pilates has been a huge part in my life, especially not only it helps me keep my body toned all year round, but also it was part of my recovery when I was going through back injuries back in the day, and it helped so much. And so that was a program that I really took everything that is strictly beneficial from the Pilates practice and put that into one program.
And I just want to say, Pilates is not just for women.
Oh my God, no. I actually have tons of guys that would come to my classes.
But it has a stigma, much like yoga, that says like it's a women's exercise. But for me, I had a terrible back herniation. I think if I had been doing Pilates before, it would have taken a lot of the pressure off of my spine and allowed it to go properly where it should to my core muscles. Because when I was recovering from my back injury, I could barely do sit-ups. Like, unless you're forcing yourself to work your core area, most people in Western modern day culture never actually challenge them. It's very seldom that you find a person who has any kind of core supportive strength in life that isn't doing something intentionally. And the best thing you can do intentionally is Pilates.
Because it not only focuses on like the superficial muscles, which is like your six-pack muscles, but it goes deeper, right? It goes into the abdominal area that isn't visible from the outside, but that actually helps keep your back healthy and support your lower back. So it's very, very important for anyone that either suffers from any sort of back injuries or just wants to get in really good shape. And so with Complete, we also wanted it to be a full completion of all of these three programs combined, but also offer it to those people that may only want a particular part, and they can buy it separately.
And lastly, we have Boho Beautiful in 10 days.
Looking back at that one, I'm like, wow, we were such babies.
Oh my gosh.
Running around Exuma, Bahamas, like looking for beaches. And
it feels like so many lifetimes ago.
It really does. And that was also a step for us to see like, hey, like if we can do this and we can launch this program, we're going to take our first leap out of Toronto, to leave the urban life, to leave all of that behind and just set forth.
The idea was, if we could create something that had enough value, maybe we could leave. And maybe we could then pursue a life sewn together with the visions that we had and the dreams.
Yeah, dreams for sure. And so Boho Beautiful in 10 days was really that first step for us, and we wanted to create a program that was fully well-rounded of everything that Boho Beautiful stood for. It wasn't just yoga, it was mindfulness. So there's like meditations, yoga, and fitness, because all of it play a part in this physical, mental, spiritual journey that we're all on. To this day, we're very proud of it, and creating it ourselves, you know, like we didn't it really was just us and a yoga mat and a couple of cameras, a little rental car, and all the challenges and all the victories that came with it. It was all part of the journey. And even afterwards, just creating the program, like figuring out how to like freaking print books on your own, like that was so
everything.
hard, like that.
Figuring out how to make DVDs, but we didn't want to use the typical plastic case DVDs, so we had to make these sleeves, and these, we won't ever make them again.
Unfortunately,
so
we sold out the DVDs, and we're just sticking to the digital programs now.
But since you're still here, I'm just going to go out on a whim and say I'm going to add a coupon code into this video description.
Oh.
Yeah, she has no idea.
He's just putting it out on a whim. Okay.
I'm just putting this out on a whim. If there's anything that we can provide that can help anyone help accomplish whatever goals they set out, that's all we're here for.
And that's why we keep doing it over and over again. You know, every single year we bring a challenge to ourselves to create something to put out for the first day of the new year. And you know, we literally just finished Detoxify, and we hopped on a plane literally the next day after the program came out to shoot the next program. And at times we're like, are we crazy?
Yeah,
like
we're a little crazy.
We just don't stop. But at the same time, like, we see how much value people get from it, and that is the guiding force for us.
So we're gonna wrap this up, and we want to say thank you for being here this long and for always being here with us.
And yeah, just for being part of our community. It's very, very special. So sending you guys lots of love, and we'll speak soon, or see you soon.
Explosions like a heartbeat. Yeah, my mind's key rushes of emotion. Now let's do it again. There's sweetness and adventure without a venture. TV's got your mind stuck on good reality.